for change. You know, the council should represent the city. The city is majority minority,
right?
Truth be told,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the council should actually represent that.
Exactly.
It just happened. It was just nature taking its course.
And I see that Post 6 is that part of the area that me and BK grew up in. And a lot of us grew up in that area that we consider it's not being taken care of as well as it should. What type of talks or plans or anything like that have y'all discussed in trying to build that area back up the way I know you want to see it look and the way that we want to see it look, because it's so much blight?
Wait, now before you answer, I wanted him to go ahead and finish and touching on Post 6.
Okay,
So
I'm sorry.
for those that don't know, explain what Post 6 is.
So my area is a really diverse area. It's a big area. It's hard to explain. It's like the north side of Houston County, the Dunbar, Carl Vinson area, over to the MacArthur Boulevard,
Right.
down to the Quarter Road, Coldwater Creek Apartments.
Like
okay.
the foundation of Warner Robins.
Yes,
Right.
pretty much. Post 6 and Post 5 is pretty much the foundation of Warner Robins. If you look at most of the major roads that come off the base, Green Street, Watson Boulevard, Alberta Road, all those are consisted of Post 5 and Post 6.
So basically, because when we had Mike Jones on, shout out to Mike Jones.
Shout out
again.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Who? So I guess that's where that Post 5 and Post 6 is, that divide is Green Street, or because I noticed that Post 5 has a little bit of a sewer circle, Johns Road and all that back there.
So Post 5, Post 6, you know, we're like intertwined. So I can say, yeah, you can say Green Street. Green Street is a division point for it, because my post actually goes down to Green Street. We actually meet up, we bump heads at American Boulevard.
Okay.
And what's that, Nick's Drive?
Yeah.
So I actually have constituents on American Boulevard.
Okay.
On the front part of American Boulevard up there by Green Street, where the back of it is Post 6 where Clifford Home is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's why it's so funny that just divides right there in between that little area.
You gotta have that stopping point.
That's true. You gotta have that stopping point.
Yeah, but I ain't mean to cut you off.
No
so
problem.
You go ahead back with that question.
No
I was
problem.
just trying to get him before he started explaining about the blight and
so
what
now
area.
that everyone knows
what area we're talking
what area
about.
we're really talking about, I understand. And like I was saying, back to that question, what are the plans or the talks or discussions that are being had to try and start elevating that area, those areas?
So there's always been talk and discussion. The problem is there's never been any action.
Right.
People do a lot of talking. If you know me, I don't talk about it. Let's be about it.
Right.
You know, right now we just elected a new mayor, so that transitional period is going on. So there's really not a whole lot going on with that right now. But I promise you, there will be a lot going on. From my personal perspective, I just feel like the first thing that we need to do is just clean up the area. We got to clean up the area. And like I said, that's going to consist of Post 6 and part of my post. Just yesterday, I was at the Waffle House, and one of the city workers came in. They sat down with me. We were talking, and he was saying that he was over there on Evergreen, and they was cleaning up the sidewalk. He said only probably about a foot, maybe a half of a foot, maybe from half a foot to a foot of the sidewalk was visible and able to walk on.
Wow.
He said it hadn't been cleaned up in years. So things like that creates hazard. Look at all the citizens that walk down there. If they can't walk on the sidewalk, that means they're walking in the street.
Yep.
It's just an accident waiting to happen.
Okay, but not to do blame game.